As Ravi, Haroon, and Princess Alina continued their journey through the busy city, they could feel the weight of their task bearing down on them. The rare stone, which had seemed so important when they first heard about it, now felt less and less like the true goal. They had come all this way to find it, but something about the adventure was telling them that perhaps the treasure was not just the stone. The city, with its tall stone walls and winding streets, was filled with stories. Everywhere they went, people shared tales of distant lands, lost treasures, and forgotten knowledge. The old people they spoke with, though, didn't speak only about riches. They spoke of something deeper: patience, honesty, and kindness. One afternoon, after walking through the busy market and hearing countless stories, Princess Alina shared her thoughts with Ravi and Haroon. "I've been thinking about the stone," she said, as they sat in a quiet part of the city, resting under the shade of a large tree. "It's beautiful, yes. But is it really worth all this trouble? Could there be something more important than a rare object?" Ravi thought for a moment and nodded. "I think you're right. The more I learn about the people here, the more I see that the true treasures aren't objects at all. It's the things that can't be bought with gold, like friendship, patience, and understanding." Haroon listened to his son carefully. "I think you may be right, Ravi. When we first set out on this journey, we thought that winning the king's prize would fix everything. But the lessons we've learned along the way are worth much more than any stone." Princess Alina smiled. "Exactly. We've met so many people who have shared their wisdom with us. The greatest treasure is the knowledge we've gained, the kindness we've shown to others, and the bonds we've built. These things are far more valuable than any gem or gold." Ravi grinned. "So, do you think we should go and leave the stone behind?" Haroon stood up and stretched. "I don't think we need to go looking for the stone anymore. We've already found something more precious. The understanding that the journey is what matters most. The lessons, the people we've met, and the kindness we've shared are the true treasures." Princess Alina agreed. "Let's go back to the kingdom. We don't need to win the prize to prove that we are richer than we ever thought possible." With this newfound understanding, the three of them decided to leave the city and return home. It was clear that their journey had given them much more than any material prize could have offered. They realized that true wealth came from within, the love they shared with each other, and the wisdom they had gained. The journey back home was peaceful, yet full of reflection. As they walked along the same path they had taken to the city, each of them thought about what they had learned. They remembered the wise old man they had met on the road, who had told them that the true treasure was not always what it seemed. It was the small moments of kindness, the patience shown during difficult times, and the friendship that had blossomed between them. Princess Alina had changed. She had always been kind, but now she saw the world through a new lens. She was no longer focused solely on what she could gain, but instead on how she could help others and grow through shared experiences. The people in the kingdom and beyond would be grateful for the wisdom she brought back with her. Ravi was filled with excitement. He had learned so much on this journey, and he couldn't wait to share it with others. He felt as though he had grown into someone wiser, more thoughtful, and full of ideas for how to help the kingdom grow. Harun, too, was different. His heart was lighter, no longer burdened by the struggles of his past. He knew that his hard work and the lessons learned along the way would lead him to success. The real treasure was not about how much money he made, but about the happiness and contentment he had found in helping others and being surrounded by the people he loved. As they approached the kingdom, the tall gates appeared in the distance. Princess Alina looked at the gates with a sense of peace. They were home, but they weren't the same people who had left. The journey had changed them, and they were ready to face the future with open hearts. When they arrived at the palace, King Arman was waiting for them at the gates. His face lit up with a warm smile as he saw them approach. "So, did you find the rarest treasure?" King Arman asked, his voice filled with curiosity. Ravi stepped forward and smiled brightly. "Yes, Your Majesty. We found something far more valuable than any stone. We found wisdom, kindness, and friendship." King Arman's eyes softened, and he nodded. "You have learned something that many people never understand. The true treasures of life cannot be seen or held in your hands. They are the lessons we learn, the people we meet, and the good we do for others." Princess Alina added, "We've realized that the journey itself is the real treasure. The people we've met and the kindness we've shared are what matter most." Harun, standing beside his son and the princess, smiled. "We've learned so much on this journey, and we're grateful for everything we've gained, even if it wasn't what we expected." King Arman looked at them all with pride. "You've made me proud, all of you. What you've learned on this journey is what will guide this kingdom to greater heights. You will all be the future of this land, showing others what it means to be wise, kind, and generous." Harun's life began to change after he returned to the kingdom. He was no longer struggling to make ends meet. With the wisdom and rewards he had gained, he began to build his business in new ways. His reputation as a kind and fair merchant spread across the kingdom. People knew him not just for the goods he sold, but for the generosity he showed to others. One day, while sitting at his stall, Harun looked around and saw people coming from every corner of the kingdom to buy from him. He had built a strong reputation for providing quality goods and treating everyone with respect. His business flourished, and he was able to hire workers, help those in need, and share his success with the kingdom. Ravi, now older and wiser, became a trusted advisor to King Arman. His ideas helped the kingdom grow in ways that no one had expected. He shared his knowledge about patience, hard work, and the importance of building relationships with the people of the kingdom. Ravi's wisdom was valued by everyone, from the poorest farmer to the richest merchant. Princess Alina, with her new understanding of the world, continued to travel. But this time, she traveled with a new purpose: to help others and spread the kindness and wisdom she had learned on her journey. Wherever she went, she shared the lessons she had learned, teaching people the importance of caring for one another. As time passed, the kingdom flourished. It grew stronger, not through wealth or war, but through kindness, wisdom, and hard work. The people learned to work together, share what they had, and care for one another. Harun's business became a model for others in the kingdom, and Ravi's advice helped the kingdom solve many of its problems. Princess Alina became a beloved figure, not just in her own kingdom, but in many others she visited. She used her wisdom to help guide leaders in different lands, teaching them the importance of compassion and understanding. The story of their journey was told throughout the kingdom, inspiring others to seek the true treasures of life: friendship, kindness, and the lessons learned along the way. One evening, as Ravi, Harun, and Princess Alina sat together in the garden of the palace, they looked back on everything they had learned. They realized that the true wealth of life was not in gold or jewels, but in the relationships they had built, the kindness they had shared, and the wisdom they had gained. King Arman, proud of his daughter, his people, and the young advisor Ravi, looked at them all with a smile. "You have all made this kingdom a better place, and I know that the future is in good hands." Ravi, with a thoughtful expression, said, "The true treasure is not in what we find, but in what we give to others. And the more we give, the more we receive in return." And so, the kingdom continued to grow, guided by wisdom, kindness, and hard work. The story of the brave merchant, the clever prince, and the wise princess became a legend that was passed down through generations, a reminder that the greatest treasures in life are not the things we own, but the love and kindness we share with others.